Hello, dear students. Today we will discuss the lesson Footprints Without Feet. It has been compiled by H.G. Wells. In this lesson, the main character is Griffin. Griffin was a scientist. He discovered a rare drug. The quality of the drug was when a person used to swallow it, he can become invisible. So, Griffin and his landlord did not like each other. Though Griffin was a poor boy, he started work at the age of 14 years. But unfortunately, Griffin and his landlord did not like each other. So, as a scientist, he was a successful. He wanted to prove that the human body could become invisible. He did not. He did many experiments. At last, he discovered a rare drug. It could make the human body as transparent as glass. One day, two boys saw footprints in a mud. They followed the footprints, but they could not see the man there. So they became curious. Soon the footprints became fainter, then disappeared completely. All this surprised and fascinated the boys. But it was the winter season. There was chill and coldness everywhere. It was impossible for a griffin to remain without clothes. So one day he decided to enter into a London store. It was very cold and Griffin was without clothes. He broke open some boxes and found warm clothes to wear. He also found shoes, an overcoat, and a hat. He ate meat and drank coffee. He had sweets and wine also. Then he lay down on a pile of quilts to sleep. This was very strange thing. Which next morning the salesman approached and he saw a person there, but it created chaos and confusion among them. They got frightened to see this person in this London store. Griffin ran out of the store. Men in the shop chased him. Griffin started taking off his clothes. He became invisible. He could not be caught. Why he was putting off the clothes? Why he was taking off the clothes? Because in order to become invisible. Thus he was able to escape from that London store. Then Griffin entered into theatrical company where he could get different things to wear. Griffin found clothes for himself in the theatrical company. He also found things to hide his empty face. He found bandages to wear around the forehead. He found dark glasses, a false nose, and a large hat. Then he hit the shopkeeper and ran away with his money. Why? Because he was without money. He was not having any penny in his pocket. In order to sustain his life, he needed this money. What then happened? After that, the stranger had come to the village in winter. Who was stranger? Stranger was this griffin. He entered into the village inn so that he will remain there for some nights. It is that season where usually they were not expecting, they were not anticipating, they were not expecting guests or strangers in that very inn. But they saw an eccentric person came into that very inn. Secondly, his appearance, the appearance of the griffin was unusual. Thus, the stranger's arrival was an unusual event for those who were employed in the inn. Now, when this person, this stranger, this griffin entered into the inn, he talked to the Mrs. Hall, but she realized that this person is not keeping good mental setup. So, anyway, uh, Griffin assured her that I don't like to talk to the people because I want to live in the solitary environment. I like the solitude. I I want to live in isolation. So that is why I came into your end. So this was all about these few significant things which I discussed with you. Next time we will discuss the other things related to this story. I hope that you might have understood how Griffin behaved from London store to this inn where he remained for a night. But tomorrow we will discuss how he behaved in that very inn. Okay, thank you. God bless you.